Good to see everybody. Welcome to June 17th, Tuesday, Speaker Co-working with Speaker Hub. I'm Ron Story. We're here with Angela Lewis and my cast of character friends, Nicole Shelton and Darren Franklin and Yvette Pegas, Catherine and Janisa. Good to see everybody. Any wins up to this point? Yvette was talking about how she. What did you think about what you saw, Yvette? I'm curious. I had to walk away because I had a 3-year-old having a mental crisis over $2.
No, I was super excited. I couldn't find it. I was listening to the replays while I was out sick. Of course, it was incredible when you went through it and explained it, but I haven't been able to access it because I'm just super, super anxious to be able to do that.
Yeah. So here, I'm going to put the link in the chat, um, and you can go and set up an account. Yeah. So there's the link to get in, and what it's going to do, Darren. If you don't have an account, you can create one also. But what it does is that it allows you to try out our new AI product creator, and it basically helps you with the outline. It doesn't do the entire course. We scaled it back a little bit. We were making a mistake. I'm going to tell you all a great story about cake mix today, and what we learned about cake mix over the weekend. Really, you're gonna be like, what does cake mix have to do with anything? Well, when I explain it to you, you'll understand what cake mix has to do with a lot. And um, I think it helps with how you guys think about creating products in the future and how you decide to help your clients and um, being able to help them but respect them at the same time. Does that make sense? Um, and I didn't realize that we were kind of breaking the rules until we got through it. And people speak with their wallets. So any wins up to this point? If not, I'll just get into it and we'll talk about cake mix. Janissa had a win. We got a bug fixed for them yesterday, so that's a win, I guess. But any other wins? Nope.
Yeah, I got a few wins, man.
Oh, go ahead.
Been away for a second, making a big transition, and in the meantime, still helping people to go beyond the edge. And just finished up a little 3-series lunch and learn series with the community organization with some young men. That was great, and finalized another date to be down in Baton Rouge with that trio, Ron. So have been doing some things with them, and we'll be most likely signing a contract for some fall things with them on Saturdays with some upper bounds. So
How cool is that?
yeah, so
Yeah,
been away, man.
Alabama
But
Trio is important. I was a part of that group, and it helped me a lot.
yeah,
Science awareness is what we called it. Our version of Upward Bound was called science awareness. 20 years ago, 30 actually. Shoot, I'm old. This was 1992, so that's 35 years ago. I think if I do the math right. So yeah, it's a long time. Um, but no, that's a big deal. That's really, really, really important to those kids. The
I
level of
have
exposure is important.
a win too.
Oh, go ahead.
Mine's not as big. I had another podcast interview that went live yesterday.
Right, that's pretty cool. You go, you got your lead magnets and all that stuff set up.
I
That's
do.
it. That's all that matters.
Yep.
That's it. No, that's a big deal. Nicole is always on top of it. You know. Um, any other wins? Any other? Jasmine's back at home finally. Back in her safe space.
I know, I tell you. And I've got yesterday, I think I told you I had some last week. It's great to be back. I feel like this little time that I was away, like I'm playing catch up, hamster on the wheel kind of thing. And it's great when you start to feel like you're back in sync,
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind, which I'm going to ask a question on the platform, the new platform. But the win is there's so many times that a podcast host interviews me and I hit their pain point, the host pain point,
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're emailing back to say, I know you jumped on my calendar and you're booking way out. Is there any possibility that I can bring you up, you know, in my calendar, you know, a little bit sooner? And my takeaway from that last night when I was thinking, because I've had it happen, I think I've told you so many times. I've gone on an interview and they asked me, can we do the podcast now? You know, so my thing for all of us on here is to don't deviate from what you believe in, what your topic is. Don't deviate, because and or you should watch and see how other people react to your topic. If they're
Mm-hmm.
not impressed, or they're not getting back to you, or they're not whatever, just tweak what you have. You know, just tweak what you're doing and go back, because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. I think it comes through in the interview with the passion that I have, that I figure everybody on earth, including a dog, really can identify with burnout. So that's my win, to say, you know, the 3 interviews, you know, they came back to back, 3 different people, 3 different parts of the world, 3 different whatever, has come back and said, you know, this is something that we're all suffering from. And, you know, we'd love to. And I'm getting responses from conferences as well. Got one this morning from
It's
a
super duper
conference.
important.
So I love you guys. I'm glad to be back. And let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, that's dope. That's super duper cool. We got some people in the waiting room, Ange. Were you able to get them in? There's 3 people. Okay. Also, Ange, can you pause the video for 1 second? All right. So, Yvette, your question.
I just had a win that I wanted to share. Couple wins.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
So I've been on a couple of podcasts. I did one in New York in person, and caught all the EBG on the way back, but it was a great visit. I got an NDA from one of the major airlines to be on a paid committee after speaking at the airport event a couple weeks ago in Miami. I just got a email about being an MC for one of our counties down here in Georgia for an upcoming event. I put my name in the hat a couple of weeks ago, and I've been sharing my podcast, and I did share some information with them when they asked me about my speaking abilities. And I've also, got probably, 6 to 8 different interviews scheduled.
No, that's incredible. And here's the thing, guys. I love to see y'all here, but I love to see y'all out working and then coming back with like going fishing and coming back with a net full of fish. You know, it's good to see y'all faces. But if I had a choice, this would be empty every day. We would get back on Fridays and everybody would just say, look what I caught, look what I got, look what I got. And that would be that's my dream for this meeting. Not that I don't like seeing y'all, but I love to hear the wins. I love when we see action turning into outcomes, right? So Valencia, what's up? Valencia's inside today. It must be some mosquitoes in
Yeah,
Africa.
mosquitoes last night. I had to get my stuff out.
See, I do it.
Yeah, but all is well. So my win is for the last about 3 weeks, I have been going live every day and promoting. I have a group that I set up, and it has an offer. The group itself is an offer. And I have had people enrolling
Hey,
consecutively. So that's my win. I
high
feel really
five.
good about that.
Look at that. No, here's the one thing that we know. You've heard me say it before. Um, we do business with people we know, like, and trust. Most of us are known. I mean, we're likable, we're trustworthy, we're just unknown. People they know who we are, but they don't know what we do. They don't know that we do this thing. They don't know that we solve this problem. And I want to bring this up really quickly because, again, I don't know how many of y'all did the post, but if you did the post, well, I'll show you what's happened with my post. Now, I don't have a bunch of friends on Facebook. On Facebook. Let me put that in perspective. You'll see here on that June the 10th, the other thing was me reposting I actually got tagged in some stuff with my nephew, right? I don't post anything on Facebook at all, right? This was me being tagged again. But from that one post that I made, so far, we've got 30 likes and 21 requests. And these aren't indirect requests. It's yes, yes, I'm interested. Yes, 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 yes. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm definitely interested. Right. So these are 21 new leads for me just posting to my friends about our new course creator thing. Right. So if you're not following the basic steps here that we're giving you, you're missing out. You ain't required to do it. I'm just saying, we're going to teach you what we know and then show you. Now, some people say, well, yeah, it was only 21 people. It's 21 free leads. They free. It cost me nothing. I didn't have to run no ads. I ain't have to set up no fancy funnel. I ain't have to. All I had to do was say, hey, man, anybody want to learn how to do this in 3 minutes? And that it's not just 21 because I got another 30 something over here, another 33 over here. Right. And then now they say, yo, you want to turn this into an ad? Well, I don't know if they always say that, but evidently we got some responses enough to where they would say something. So I want to talk about that today. A couple of things I want to go over that are on my list, but that was one is that we give you the real things that work. And sometimes they seem so simple that we're like, that ain't really, no, no, it's simple. The simple works. Right? You don't need all this complicated stuff. You just need, hey, let me just be effective and tell more people with leverage, meaning using Facebook, let them know that I actually provide this service or I offer this opportunity. So that was 53 people totally that took the time, stopped what they were doing, clicked that they agree with what I was talking about, or they raised their hand saying, I really want this. So I had 33 people that said, yeah, this is cool. I had 21 that said, I want this, teach me. So those are 21 potential customers. We just got to agree on price. Does this make sense? This is the difference in between what I believe, us and everybody else, because we're just going to give you the tools and then do it in front of you so that you don't have any reasoning for not being able to do it. Now, I want to teach a little bit about two things. One is the cake mix issue, and then we're going to come back to this post and circle back onto how, like the theory of the writing behind that post and why that post works. So let's talk about cake mix for a minute. How many of y'all ever used Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, Pillsbury cake mix? Right? Now, how many of y'all is that your primary cake mix most of the time? You making some cupcakes or something, you just gonna go get the red velvet and do that. And then you're gonna make your own icing, but you're gonna go get that, right? Well, I'm gonna go get the German chocolate icing out the jar and do that, right? Do y'all know that was one of the hardest products to sell at the beginning when it first launched? That nobody would buy it. Now this is in the 30s and 40s, but nobody would buy it. Why do you think that is, Valencia?
They didn't know what it was, or maybe they didn't have anybody who had used it, so no testimonials. They didn't really know.
No, they would demo it with cake demonstrations to let them taste it.
Oh,
Like they would bake the cake and say, look, try it.
I figured it was too easy, and it wasn't true.
No, they figured it was too easy, right? And maybe it wasn't true, right? Any
but
other reasons?
they may have been so used to mama making it from scratch, right? And they might have been looked down upon if they saw something that was just too easy. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we can combine those two together. We're getting close. Linda?
Well, maybe it was back when we still had our instincts honed to eating real food, simply prepared, and we were still skeptical of all the additives and other crap that goes in there that we didn't recognize.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Well, so back in the 30s and 40s, there really wasn't a lot of chemical additives, but I understand what you're saying. Let me tell you one of the innovations that had happened because of the wars. We had powdered milk for the first time, and we had powdered eggs. And some genius said, if we just put the powdered milk with the powdered eggs, with the powdered baking soda, and the powdered sugar all in the box, all they got to do is add water or milk to it or water to it, and it'll give us the cake mix. It's Mia's. Okay, hey. Okay. Ven acá. Say hi. Hola. Okay. Dame besos. Tú puedes juegue con este, pero no lloras, okay? Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh,
Yeah, we had a fight before this meeting. So that's what that was about, you know. She came in here and she wanted some money. She likes to play with cash, like she has a store. And I gave her a few bills to play with. And she says, this is not enough. I can't buy anything with this at my store. I said, well, I'm not giving you all of my money. And so she had a fit and she cried and she ran out and shut the door. And when Valencia came in, Valencia saw her shutting the door. Well, I don't know if it was Valencia, but whoever was on the beginning of the call, they saw her leaving and shutting the door. And so she came back and she gave me her money back and apologized. And I said, no, you can keep it. But it's kids. Kids understand when they be doing wrong stuff. But just explaining the situation, what just happened, that was her. When I left, she was having a mental screaming outside the door, so I had to go calm her down a bit. But the cake mix issue, right? So here's what they found. Back during that time, the women's liberation movement really hadn't started. So most women who were married were still at home. And their social groups were, hey, let's get together and talk about the cakes we made and share recipes and how we're doing this and how we're going to do this with the kids and how I get this stain out of this shirt. And it's just social groups. Well, we all know that social groups got hierarchies. And the response was, we don't want to use this because we can't brag that we made a better cake than Becky. This ain't really my cake. When I show up with this, the pride of them having my German chocolate cake isn't there because I didn't make this. All I did was add water, and the ladies will know that all I did was add water. So you know what they did? They had to take some ingredients out. They said, well, at what point would you feel like you made the cake? They said, well, if I put the egg in, because fresh eggs makes it different, right? And if I put the oil and the milk, because you need fresh milk, right? So the dry ingredients that made it magical, which was the powdered egg and the powdered milk, they didn't want to put it in there. So if you look on the back of the boxes now, they have the regular one, then they have the just add water or just add milk. Even with the Aunt Jemima pancakes, or I guess they call it pearl meals now. Pancakes, they still sell Aunt Jemima down here in Columbia. With the Aunt Jemima pancakes, they still have the complete where you got to put the eggs and the stuff in it. And then they sell the just add leche, just add milk version, the one that I buy, where you just put the milk in. Well, what does this have to do with the product that we just launched? Well, if you watch the video I said, hey, this is an easy way to create your courses. You can create your digital products just by putting in a simple prompt. Well, wait a minute. We all thought leaders. We all got our own IP, our own intellectual property, our own way of thinking about certain things. I don't want somebody to just create the whole thing for me. I want to put my herbs and spices on this joint. I got to put my little secret ingredient. You know, my godmom, she makes cake. She puts sour cream in it. She think that's a secret ingredient. It tastes the same to me, but I tell her, yeah, yours better, because I want her to keep making them, even though it tastes the same. But I don't want to make it. So yeah, put the sour cream in it. That is their secret ingredient. Mine don't ever come out right, right? So as sometimes you can make it too easy, where your customer, their identity is tied to the process that you're providing to them. Does that make sense? So if their identity is tied to the process and you remove the part that they identify the most with, they won't participate. Does that make sense? So, it's no different than if we think of Amaya. Amaya is a little kid. She likes to do her own stuff. I want to put my own shoes on. I want to pick out my own clothes because her identity is tied to that superhero outfit she's putting on for the day. In the same way that your identity is tied. Oh, go ahead, Linda, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to your point, it's like taking away people's opportunity to be their own hero. Like if you're
Yep.
the hero, they're not the hero of their own story. Like,
Well,
no pun intended, Ron.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
So we had to dial the AI thing back,
Right.
right? To say, hey, just produce the outline. Just give them one sentence, right? If somebody wants to produce the scripts and all the other thing, they can click the button again and it'll do that part. Do you see what I mean? And if they want it longer, they can click it and make the adjustments. The people who want to do that can, but out the box, it shouldn't do that. Does that make sense? So as you're thinking through your products and services, the modern day version of it is called the IKEA effect. You don't want to remove the IKEA effect, right? And I'll tell you what, have you ever heard of the IKEA effect? You know the store IKEA? So they took two focus groups. They took one group of people and they walked them through a showroom of furniture, and they asked them what would they pay for the furniture. Okay. But all the furniture was put together by another group of people that had set what they thought the price would be for that furniture that they put together. The amount that they valued the thing at that they worked on was almost double what the people who walked through the showroom said that they would be willing to pay for it. Does that make sense? So the things that we put our own time and energy in, we get a lot of pride out of. That's just a human thing. And we learned this, Ange and I learned this the hard way when we were running the agency. I've never been talked down to so much in my life than by a person who ain't never pitched themselves. Because they don't know how hard it is to pitch. They don't know how, they have never done it, right? It's like when you work at a restaurant as a server, you got all the grace for your server that's having a bad day. Because you like, yeah, I done waited tables before. I know how hard it is. This thing is busy. Yeah, he forgot that, but I'm going to let it ride because he got 8 tables. I see him moving around. We empathize with him when we see him, right? I'm an Uber driver. 3 of our employees I hired out driving Uber. I was in their Ubers here, and they were like, yo, I do this. I'm a programmer. I do data analysis. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. They're like, yeah, but, I got to drive Uber to make up some time. Now, I drove Uber to build this company. I don't know if y'all know that. I talk about it a lot. I drove Uber and delivered groceries to pay for the first developer. So I'm a bit more empathetic to these guys because I know that driving Uber doesn't mean that you're not valuable, because I was that dude. Do you see what I mean? So me going through what I went through made me empathetic to them in a lot of ways. So that identity and understanding that, hey, I got to see how my customers see it. I got to get in here and pitch and use the product myself so that I know what you all are going through. And sometimes our development team, oh man, I hit them up with a thing, and like yesterday, Janisa had an issue, and I think she did the right thing. And part of me wanted to say, Janisa, just send that to me privately. Or I don't know if it was Catherine or Janisa, I can't remember. But someone from Mrs. Ann's team, they put it in this big group that they were having this issue with the email thing. And I'm like, they should have just sent me that privately. But no, this is a chance for me to fix it in public. Right? So now we got this public problem. Let's go fix it in public and show that our customer service works. Does that make sense? So with that being the case, my dev team sometimes, they're like, oh yeah, that's coming out on Thursday. I'm like, no, this should come out tonight. They're having a problem today. They're not trying to wait until Thursday to pitch. Why? Because they don't pitch. The dev team don't pitch. So this ain't urgent to them. But since I know the importance of pitching, and I've pitched for so many people, I'm like, no, we can't wait till Thursday. They're going to be behind. Got it done last night. This morning, problem resolved, no more issues. So that empathy of being with your customer and understanding what they're going through is really important in your product development. Listen to them, learn from them, and you'll learn, oh, wait a minute, I overdid it. I'm doing too much for them. So, I don't want them to repeat that. Which goes to a product design at Speaker Hub. You think we can't automate sending pictures? You think we can't automate that? Come on. We automate building out a daggone course and putting the things in the right category. We could automate sending pictures. We already did it. We just don't turn it on, right? It's already done. It's been done for 2 years. It's the first project that, she's not on here, that Maria worked on, was setting up the automations. But why? Why don't we do it? Because we'll get 1,000 people that'll come in, turn on the thing, spam everybody, piss all the event planners off, right? They're gonna turn it all the way up. They're not gonna reply to the pitches that they get back. Do you see what I mean? And it's gonna mess it up for all the people who really want to be on stage, who really appreciates the reply that they get back from the podcaster, the event planner, the event host, and things of that sort. One moment. Más? ¿Tú haces más? Ok. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué estás triste? ¿Qué quieres? Dime. ¿Quieres más de este? Ay. Ok. Pero regrésenos, ¿ok? Ok, hasta luego. Bye-bye. Okay. She don't like the blue ones because they have a 2 on it, right? She only wants the orange ones because they have a 20 on it. Crazy kids, man. She said, I don't want the blue ones. I'm like, why are you giving me these back? I want the orange ones. What? So she don't know the numbers, but she knows the colors. And so she asked for them by color. But that's my little baby. If anybody wants to contribute to the Ron is in Trouble Fund, you can text me and save me. Text me, save me at my phone number. But do you understand what I mean by that empathy of working with the client and understanding sometimes we can do too much, and we got to be able to back off and say, no, that's where the magic happens. Like that little bit of aha when they learn it and they get it, they take off and they appreciate us a little bit more versus us doing it for them. So why do I like and I'll get to you, Jasmine and Darren. Why do I like when you all do the wins? Right? It's not just because we want the wins, we want the report of the wins, but it's because it proves that the system that we built that worked for us, it wasn't magic. You know what I mean? Like it's repeatable. If your mama give you the recipe to her lasagna and you make it and it tastes just like hers, that's a win. She was able to productize it and pass it along, right? That recipe is going to live for another 20 years and may even get passed down to your kids because it came from your grandmama that gave it to your mama. Is that making sense? So that's why we're so proud. We're like, did they get a win? Why? Because we keep reconfiguring the pitching. We rewrote the AI thing 2 weeks ago. So we're like, dude, is it going up? Are we getting more responses based on the new AI? And then we put the new follow-up thing on there. Now that they see they only followed up once, are they going to follow up more? So we're monitoring all these things, trying to bring my brain and my systems into something that you all can repeat for 1/10 of the price. Does that make sense? So Jasmine and then Darren.
I totally agree with you saying, that have someone put their input in. I kind of like the AI for AI to give me something and then I put my human in the loop in it. And that's just based on the fact that, the administrative part of it, you know. And sometimes the AI is good because it jars your memory of, you know, I could say it that way or I could say it that way. So either way, I don't think in my thing, I don't think even your course is, you know, is going to do it, you know, perfectly for everyone. So we should encourage everyone to say, okay, if you want to do it. And like you just said, and, you know, tweak it as you want, but leave it there. Don't remove it because AI is the future, right?
Well, yeah, no, we're not taking it out. We just toned
Yeah.
it down to go from, we made it harder to build a full course.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Where now you got to go in and do a few extra steps if you want to do that. But the outline allows Nicole's perspectives on wheels to be
Yes.
Nicole's. It allows Linda's perspective on, is it children's books, Linda? Did I remember that right? On children's books to be her perspective on how to publish a children's book.
Yes.
It allows Darren's F42 formula to be genuinely his F42 formula. The AI is just the administrator doing the organizing of the thought. It's not generating the thought. It's the part that we're difficult at. I mean, that we found hard to do, which is the editing and the organizing. I'm really good at having an idea, getting it organized into an outline now.
That's true. And you know what my part B question is going to be in your question and answer period is to hop on the site with me. And that's after you're teaching and just get that rolling.
Yeah,
I was on it last night and I came.
Yep, I think that'll be good for you and Yvette to see. We'll do that in the last 10 minutes today because it don't take a lot, right? Darren, what's your question?
I had a question and a comment. So
go ahead.
when you talked about the framework and the coaching aspect of things, I think you were talking about that with the AI. One thing that I wanted to say, Ron, is I've been doing some one-on-one coaching and, you know, going into the coaching sessions with a framework, but then also you talked about the empathy aspect of it. You know, I've been asking the clients, hey, what do you want to converse about for next session, right? So it kind of gives them, empowering them with, he's just not doing anything cookie cutter with me. He's really showing concern for my growth. And that has really helped out some of the males that I've been coaching with. I guess another question that I had is, do you think I should keep that model going and just kind of implement the frameworks of what I have?
So here's what I know, and I do it on a daily basis here. None of the things that I'm talking to you all about, if you talk to my friends who've known me for the last 10 years, they're not new. It's just that I know that I'm more flexible with the things that I know than you are with the problem you're experiencing. Nobody has a flexible problem. That problem is a problem. I need to get it fixed. I got a question. If it was a flexible problem, I could manipulate it to get it solved, but I don't have the answer, right? So I think our jobs, Darren, is to take our flexible solutions against their rigid problems and then adjust the way that we present that solution to them. Does that make sense? So let me give you a great example. And church is easy because I know everybody understands this, right? So if someone's having, say, an unfortunate death in their family, hey, come to church, we'll pray for you. If someone can't pay their bills, come to church, we'll raise some money for you. If someone lost their house, come to church, we'll take up and we'll make a donation to you so that you can pay your rent and then you can pay us back over the next 6 months, right? If someone is going to lose their marriage, come to church. And you see how church is always the answer, but they take prayer and they adjust it to what the problem is that you're dealing with. Do you see what I mean? And that's really our job, is to take what we know works for that situation and apply it, because the person who just lost a loved one, that's not a flexible situation. Right? But we got a lot of different things that we can do. We can, hey, you want to have the funeral here? Hey, do you have a pastor for the funeral? Hey, do you have a place to host the repast? You notice how we can bring in all of these services and benefits from the flexible solution. Does that make sense, Darren? Go ahead, Linda.
Well, Darren, I think your instincts are right because, again, not to be a storyteller mentality, but you're allowing people to be their own hero. Like you are
Yep.
saying, where would you like to go from this? Which empowers them to think, okay, once I pull the plug from Darren, once my coaching is done, am I going to be like, a duck with a out of water, or am I going to have the ability to use what he's teaching me and apply it to my life and be successful? So I think your instincts are really good on that.
Yep. Watch this. I'm going to show you something to reaffirm from the story perspective what she is saying here. 1 second here. Linda, here's exactly what she's saying. And we've talked about this before, but I'll bring it up here, right? So, Darren, your client, where is your client on this map here?
Wait, I'm confused by that. Oh, the
Right.
character is my client?
The character is your client.
Okay.
In most companies, they make themselves the main character,
Yeah, I'm with you.
right? They make themselves the main character, which is an issue. Because that means that if you're the main character, when you run into a problem, you discredited yourself. Right? But your client is the character. They have the problem. You're the guide. You can be the flawed guide.
Gotcha.
Right? So I almost promise you, Usain Bolt's track coach wasn't the fastest person in the world before Usain Bolt. Right? But if he made himself I'm the fastest dude in the world. Right? I could, he make himself the character. Then he's like, nah. Once we run into him, we say, dude, you didn't win the Olympics. Now we don't want to listen to him no more because we discredited him. But if we say, hey, Darren, what's your issue? Man, I'm trying to get on more gigs. I've been reaching out to Trio, blah, blah, blah. Cool. That was your problem that you told me about 4 months ago, right? Cool. I can get you a list, right? Well, but have you ever spoken to Trio? That don't stop me from getting you the list. You see what I mean? Like you said you wanted more. You didn't say you wanted to copy my speech to Trio. You said you wanted to get in front of more Trio people so I can give you the list. Would you like the list that solves this problem? I'm not trying to replace you as the main character, as the speaker. I'm trying to solve this problem, which is you don't know how to contact more Trio people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you now.
So you listen, and then as the guide, you have these different tools in your toolbox that you map out a plan for them for.
And that's what I've been doing, yeah.
Yep. And then you say, hey, do you want to follow the plan? And they say, yeah. If the plan works, boom. The plan don't, boom. Right? And you guide them, say, hey, look, you don't want to give them a plan that helps them avoid failure. Because you can avoid failure and not succeed. Doing nothing helps you to avoid failure. Does that make sense? Like, there are some people who want to pitch, but they want 100% pitcher grade, meaning every pitch that they send, they want to get booked. They're trying to avoid failure. So what do? They don't send any pitches. But then we have some people that come on and they say, I'm going to hire 3 people. Right? I don't know what Ann McNeil pays her team, but it's always 3 people in this room every day on this call. And if they getting paid 15, I don't know what they get. I'm making this up. They getting paid $15 an hour. They're on here for 2 hours roughly every day, 10 hours a week. She's spending $500 a week just on them attending this call on top of paying for Speaker Hub. She ain't trying to avoid failure. You see what I mean? So there's that where you can see it. So this is your job here, as Linda was saying. Be the guide. They're the main character in their own story. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let me show you an example of how we just did that. We just did that right here and there. Right? That idea of them being the main characters was whose character? That was Linda's idea. Perfect. Her idea. I can't steal that idea. So what did I do? I took it and I applied it to my stuff to help you. It was Linda's original idea. She had the map and the plan. My job was just to be a guide on how it can be applied more broadly to more people with an illustration. She had the words. I went and got the illustration. We're the guides right here. She gave the idea. I knew the data to go find it. She may have never thought to go get this right off the bat. Do you see what I mean? So the other thing is, you ain't got to have all the damn answers. You ain't got to have all the answers. You can hear the problem, be the guide, and go get Linda to give you the idea. And you say, Linda got the great idea. I know something about that. Let me Google it. Now, it's a genius deal, because I would have never thought about bringing this up if Linda, from her storytelling background, didn't make me think of Joseph Campbell, who originated this. It's called The Hero's Journey. Does that make sense? Now, this one right here that you're seeing is from Donald Miller and the Story brand, but the original concept is The Hero's Journey. But yeah, but did you see that, Darren, how the guide and you were the person with the problem, you could go get a resource to help you out?
Yeah,
Best
man.
thing you could ever do. You don't have to have all the answers. You want to find out what the problem is, and then maybe there's another speaker you could bring in that can speak on that topic, and you get a little override on bringing them into that deal.
Yeah, no, it definitely was making sense, and like Linda said, that's what I was doing. I mean, it's just like coaching football. I don't have all the answers, but I can figure it out and connect, and exactly like you guys are saying. So thank you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and learning to work with other team members is really important, because that's the huge opportunity. Because you may hear, you say you don't have all the answers, but you got all the ears, right? You can listen and understand what they want, and then just, they said they need someone that's going to do this. Anybody here knows someone that can do that? The opportunity is there. You don't say, well, I don't do that. No, 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 no. Oh, give me a day. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna go find somebody. I got somebody in mind, and I'm gonna go check with them to make sure that they're available. Boom. Now that contract grows. Does that make sense? Attorneys do it all the time. Y'all ever heard of Johnny Cochran? Right? You heard of Rob Kardashian? They were on the same team. Right? Marsha Clark, Joseph Darden, they were on the same team. Attorneys work with each other because they got, one dude is tough, the other one good cop, bad cop. One is better at this type of analytics, the other one is better at this type of systems. This one got expertise in this domain. I need a legal team. I don't need one lawyer, know it all. Sometimes I need to go get them all. Does that make sense? So there you go, Darren. High five, man. That was something I said I was going to come back to for Jasmine. Oh, let's go back to that post, and then we'll go to Jasmine, right? So, let me ask you something. How many people do you think are in the market for a new CRM software for selling courses? If we present it that way, very small, right? How many people do you think are in the market for an additional way to add income to their current business? A little bit broader, right? That's a bit broader than the first market, but they're both the same. But the way I talk about it opens it up a little bit, right? How many people do you think are in the market for making us an additional side income in today's tough economic times? More, right? The way that when people talk about niching down, they really do you a disservice, because you need to niche down the product you offer, but not the people you talk to. And the reason why they say niche down the people you talk to, because they're trying to say, hey, just target these people. But if you learn the right language, you can broaden that way out. Let me show you what I mean by this. Now, there is a good time to have that, but let me show you what I mean. I need a broad enough funnel of people raising their hands for me to filter through based on my criteria. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean. Valencia, who's the ideal customer for Speaker Hub?
Oh, Speaker Hub. Anyone that is even new to the speaking field, even those who have a great degree of speaking up under them, they would be key. But basically it's those that want more business. They want more income.
Okay. And Kevin, I agree with that. Kevin, who's the ideal target market for Speaker Hub?
Someone, excuse me, someone who is anxious to get their message out and not really sure how to do it.
Okay, that's good. I would agree with that too. Nichole, who's the target audience market for Speaker Hub? Or Linda. We'll go to Linda. Linda, who's the target audience for Speaker Hub? You're muted. We can't hear you.
Like I need to be muted more often. People who want to get on stages. People who want to spread a message. People who have a like dream and a drive that they want to give to the world.
Right? Cool. I agree with that too. Jasmine.
And it's so broad and it says anyone, because everyone out there has something that Speaker Hub can speak to.
Right? Okay. I think that's true. Frida?
I will speak like as if it's personal and say that Speaker Hub is for those who are afraid of cold calls. And so Speaker Hub gives me that opportunity to have a conversation instead of a call. Because you've already given me all these organizations that I can, just with a click of a button, pitch, follow up. I didn't even have to speak to them. I have had some of them, after I've done that, respond to me and say, oh, this is the person you should talk to. That makes it easy now to have a conversation than thinking, oh my gosh, I'm making a cold call.
Nope, you hit it right on the head. Now, everybody who answered was exactly correct. But if I only used your answers, one of your answers, I would miss the other four. Do you see that? I would miss the other four people because nobody said anything about cold calling. Right? We would have missed the whole group of Fridas. Right? So niching is good if you're doing the filtering. Because even though all five of y'all had your own filters, I would have missed you if I made the messaging too specific. So I got to get you in and then say, oh yeah, Frida, we can help you. This is how we help this group. Yeah, Kevin, we can help exactly what you said. This is how we help that group. Linda, that group, yes, this is how we help them. But you see how I got to keep it broad based on what we do. We help anybody with a message to share that message more efficiently and to get paid for it. Anybody with a message to share it more efficiently and to get paid for it. Whether they get paid through speaking, through selling a product, through offering coaching, through maybe they don't even want to get paid. And money ain't the only form of payment. They may get paid with a pat on the back. We see people go and put their lives on the line for a little medal on their shirt that they get to wear, right? So think about that before you niche down and you start having all of these very specific things, because there are a lot of people who you can help, but you've already filtered them out, but you could have helped them. I'm gonna give you a great example. Nichole, I know you've dealt with this. You ever had somebody come to you and they said, and one of your friends, they know you for the last 10 years. And they say, yeah, I was working with Michael Jackson and he was my lawyer. He helped me put together our little basic will. And you're like, hey, such and such, do you know I do wills too? And they say, oh no, I thought you was just like a courtroom attorney that would help people with their child support and this and that. Like, no, but they didn't know.
No. It happens with personal injury until they mess it up. Then they come back to me. Well, what do you know about such and such? Yeah. But that's
you
why
see what I
on
mean?
the end of my signature and all of my contracts, I put it in there. If I give examples, if you get hit by a truck tomorrow, or better yet, you win the lottery, I need to be the first person that you call. So even if I've done this part, know that you can call me for that part.
100%. So I wanted to bring that up because the issue with those questions when we first did it, a lot of y'all were trying to get too specific about what you did instead of just leaving it broad. Like, hey, you haven't thought about creating a course with AI in 3 minutes. That's broad as hell. Who cares whether it's a course on business, language production, DJing, tap dancing? A course. You haven't thought about it? A course. Real broad. Now, how they gonna promote that course? On podcasts, local speaking gigs, so forth and so on. But I couldn't ask that. Do you ever thought about creating a course, going on a podcast to promote your course? Well, they don't have a course yet. They don't have a training yet. Does that make sense? So is everybody your customer? No. But can you reach more people than probably that you're targeting right now? Yes, because they don't know that you even offer the service that can help them. Does that make sense? So let's get into showing this because I think that this is really cool and it's good for Yvette and Jasmine to see what we're doing. So Jasmine, go ahead and share your screen if you want. Linda, have you seen the new course AI outline?
You did me one
Oh,
day.
you were
children's
yeah,
book
we did
course.
your
You
thing the other
totally
day on one
blew
of
my
the
mind one day. I was like, what? I spent thousands of hours creating this, and you just like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot
I'm a
about that.
believer.
Perfect.
While she's pulling that up, I have a win. I always feel like I'm so far behind where everybody is on this aspect of what they're doing. But so I don't share a lot, but so I'm in New York. Now I'm in upstate, but I've been in the city for the last week. But there was the Harlem School of the Arts had an exhibition on Saturday. And one of the featured things was a collaboration I'm doing for a children's book that's being illustrated by one of their students who's like 14. So that it empowers her to recognize that she could be a children's book author besides all the other fabulous things she's going to do with her life. But it went so well and it was just a beautiful thing. So
how cool is that?
Yeah, it was fun, but it's not like a speaker hub thing. It's more like I don't know. Anyway, I'm just way
We
behind you
celebrate
guys.
wins. Let me put this out there.
All right.
We don't care where you win. We just want you to win. Does that make sense? Like we're not doing this for fingerprints.
Yeah.
We doing this because we know on the other side somebody almost didn't get to hear from you. Do you see what I mean? Like if they didn't choose you or if you didn't apply, they almost didn't get to hear from you.
Right.
Jasmine, you got to use the link that's in the chat. You're on the wrong thing. All right. So over on the left, go ahead and click on the second to last button, which is the product dashboard.
The second to on the left.
Yep.
Says
That's the first one. There it is, the second to last. Go down one more. Right there. Yep.
Okay.
And then go down to over on the right, it says add product.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So give it a second. And now
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
where I got, yeah.
Yep. And go ahead and click generate with AI at the top.
At the top. Okay, that's what I didn't do.
Right. And then now you can put in whatever description or whatever version of your product or service that you want, and then tell it what to create.
Okay.
Make sense? Does
Yeah,
this
so
make sense, Yvette?
And then I don't have to do this online with everyone right now, do it?
Just type in, I want to create a fitness training.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do the one with the burnout.
Yeah, just put anything in. We just want to show you how we can get outline.
Yes, Ron, I'm following along with Jasmine.
Perfect.
On burnout.
Yep. Hit generate. So now it's going to go and outline this for you.
Okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There you go. So you're ready to roll.
Strategies for stern balance and energy. Okay.
So
Sweet.
now we'll go ahead and we'll generate the outlines for you. And then now all you have to do is generate the actual content, but the outline is already there.
Okay.
And I'll show you how we can help you with the content also.
Okay. And as Angie's on the line as well, I've done the burnout, the different modules in the burnout pie. I can
Yeah.
also put that in there, Ange.
Yeah, you can put those in manually if you want. You don't have to
Yeah.
use the AI to do it. It'll
Yeah.
manually, you can manually do it. So click append to course so that you can see
Click where?
the blue button at the bottom, append the course.
Okay.
The blue button, yep, all the way at the bottom.
All the way. Okay.
You see the blue
Let me
button
move
there?
you out of the way. No, I know. I love moving you guys out of the way. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I move you around.
Jasmine's a bully.
I
Then
know. I can move you
click
guys
on
around wherever
click
I
on
want you.
curriculum.
Top, bottom, side. Oh, that sounds.
So click on curriculum. Click on curriculum. Zoom past this. You got
Oh
Darren
dear.
showing all
Oh
this to you.
dear. Where's curriculum? My mind went
all
somewhere
the way at
else.
the top. All the way
Where's
at the top.
curriculum?
All
At
the
the
way
top?
top. Yeah, you done cracked
I
Darren up
know.
over
I
there.
know. I know. Don't get, yeah. All righty.
Right. So you can see all the modules are there. If you want to create your own, you can always add more.
So,
Right?
okay.
So you can delete those, you can add them, you can modify them. You may get some ideas that you didn't think about for
Mhm.
different modules and lessons.
And then when I go in there now, this is not going to go anywhere. I can go in and I can tweak it around and go back and forth, and then I can hit submit when I'm happy.
Yep, exactly. So you have to click the save because once you see it says save as draft up at the top.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because I don't want to lose what
Yep.
I've got.
Yep. And then now go ahead and click the X in the right corner next to the submit button. Yep. Click there.
Yeah.
And what you'll see is that once it goes out, you can see it's in the draft column there.
Yes.
Got it?
Okay, good. And before I go, the link you sent us, which is the speaker.co, I went in and I completed everything, my bio and everything.
Mhm.
However, when I got into this side and went on there, it's still asking me for saying I don't have my biography or any of that.
Yeah, that's on the other speaker hub. Click on your name in the right corner now.
Okay.
Again, we're going to be making the transition. See you later, Linda. Click on profile
Yeah.
and click view. So there it is.
It came up
You don't see it?
on my speaker hub. Yeah.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
There's your bio
And-
and stuff. You got some other things you got to fill out, but you got your bio in there.
Yeah. Where did I see where I didn't have my bio?
I'm not sure.
This is the same page as where they're going to buy products, or it's totally, this is where I'm confused.
Yeah, this is where your products. If you scroll down a little bit under bio.
Yeah. I think I might need to move you guys again. Over there.
Okay. Go ahead and
So-
scroll down under bio. And you see it says my products, but yours aren't live yet.
Okay.
See it says my products.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not live yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
you're ready to go.
signature expertise. Oh, so this I still have to fill. Speaking topics, right?
Yep. So click on your name again on the right.
Yeah.
And actually, you can just click right there. You see it says speaking topics. Just click edit.
Okay.
And now I'll go ahead and put those in. You see what I mean? So
Okay.
you adjust all of your stuff here.
Okay, just add the, okay, so, all right, edit profile. Okay, as long as I'm on the new where you get the products, because I got to that part and I got stuck. Thank you
Yep.
so much. I appreciate it.
Yep. Later today, we will actually be officially turning off signups and registrations for the old Speaker Hub. No one else will be able to sign up on that side as we're going through that transition. People will still be able to log in, but they won't be able to sign up anymore.
Hmm.
and that's going to happen in the next hour. Maria's already working on it. The new landing page is up. Everything is going to be super duper great. So, Darren, what's up?
I wanted to ask while you were going through that with Jasmine, can we take a link that we already have, like a course like on YouTube, and put it into the speaker chat? I mean, the speaker GPT, and then it helps to create it?
No, we can't do that. That's not possible for you to take a course that you already have, right? You can take the transcript,
Ah, all
right?
right.
So if you go over to the speech that you've already given and get the transcript out of like Kome.ai, Kome.ai, they have like a YouTube transcriber.
Can you put that in the chat, please, Ron?
Yep. Yeah, I'll show you.
Because I have a few courses on YouTube, but I want to take them and put them on like
Yeah.
you're showing with the speaker hub
Yeah,
to
you
develop
want
it
to
a
put
little
it, you
more.
want to go to Kome.ai. You see that?
Okay, thank you.
And then down at the bottom, there's a thing that says YouTube transcript generator,
All right.
right? And that's for anything that you already have. You can turn that into a course. Our AI currently won't go out and read it won't generate a transcript just yet, right? That's something that we're thinking about, but it's not ready yet.
Thank you.
Yep, all good. Bonnie Brindle. Okay, yeah, that's a good question,
So,
Bonnie. So, no,
sorry.
I'm just with you.
I'm really, just as I swore you said that, I'm like, oh, they didn't hear me, did they? Um, um, yeah, I think I'm misunderstanding just a little bit. So I have some stuff in the profile, working on it, and sort of similar to Darren. I don't have a course that I want to move over yet, but I have in a Google Doc a script for each section of each module of my course, and I pulled the transcripts of my videos and attached that. And I took all of that and I stuck it in the generator, and I said something like, create with an introduction and a closing, which there's video transcript for, 7-module course, using all this text. And then it popped up with its own created
Yeah, because it's
its
not,
own
I think you
thing,
gave it a
not
bit
not
too
what I
much.
had.
So let me help you. Share your screen with me.
Okay, hang on. Let me just find the.
So if you already have a course already outlined and done, you don't need our outline. You just go ahead and put those in because you already did the modules. Does that make sense? This is
Yeah.
the AI thing is really from like starting from scratch. But if you already got chapter 1 with 5 lessons, so let's take it. Where's one of your chapters, Bonnie?
All right, hang on. Because I don't really have. Here, let me show you what I did. This is probably cuckoo. Okay, so the
Okay.
top, this is just a video transcript of introduction. And then for the first module, this is
Okay.
a script for it and the video transcript that goes with
Yep.
it. And I did that for
Perfect.
each one.
Yep. So go up to the top where it says acknowledge your anxiety. Copy all of that up to the script. Acknowledge your anxiety. Go from there all the way down to where it says manage. The last word should be manage. There we go. Hit copy.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now go to the Speaker Hub course builder, right? And go over to curriculum.
Okay. And I don't
Number
know how
2
to
at the
get rid of.
top.
Yep.
Now go down to the bottom and add a topic. And I'm just adding an additional thing so you can see what we want to do. Now, go ahead and in the summary, paste in what you just pasted, what you just copied. Boom. Now go on to the top. Scroll up to the top of that. No, of that text box. Scroll up to the top of the text box.
Yep. Yep.
All the way to the top. Copy the title, highlight the title and cut it.
Copy it or cut it?
Cut. And go up to add title, paste. Boom. Hit OK. So that's how you add a section. And then if you want to add a lesson underneath that, then you add, okay, notice when you feel anxious. The first part, do you get butterflies? The second part, are your palms sweaty? Third part, are such and such, do your feet stink? Whatever, right? those are your 3 lessons that go under that section.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Okay.
So you can put your own stuff in. Our job is just to outline things. If a person, you're way down the road. You're ahead of where we are.
That's a
Meaning that
shock.
you've already done you've done the module, you have the video script. You've done the module, you have the video script. So just copy and paste them in like this. Delete that module 1 through 5 stuff. Get rid of that. Roll with your own program.
Okay. Okay. And so the video transcript, does that go in somewhere too? Or
No, that goes in your brain and out your mouth on the video.
I did that part. Okay. So I just attached the video.
So yeah. So go ahead and click. So was that section that I just put in? Was that a lesson?
Yes, and this is a general course I think I'm putting out probably for free
Yeah,
or
that's
really
fine.
inexpensive. Yeah, so it has a little bit of each has like a try this, strategy sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fine. So I
Okay.
just want to show you all the structure. Like,
Yeah.
just how do you do this? So now create a lesson.
Create lesson. Boop.
Yep. So you do the same thing. So paste that there again.
The total of it here.
Yeah. Remember we had, well, actually you still have the title. So put
That
the
was the
title,
title.
the lesson name, go ahead and put that in. Now go back to your document and copy and paste all that other stuff.
Oh, right. Hello. Okay.
Yep. Hit copy. Paste that in the content. And then that script that you recorded with the video, you see over on the right, it says upload video or add the URL.
Yeah.
Put it over there.
Oh, okay. I have to open YouTube. It's not open, but okay, I get you.
But you get what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Okay.
So
I mean,
go
you don't
ahead,
have to
go ahead
watch
and do it. Go ahead. No, let's do it. We're here.
All right.
Someone will learn from this.
Oh, hang on.
Oh no, take your time. Don't get nervous on me.
I won't. I just hate to keep people waiting, but yeah, I got you.
No, they're here. They got a button on their computer that say exit if they want to leave.
That's right. And I can move you over just like Jasmine did. There we go. All right. So I need the one that goes to the first.
Right. And over on the left, you're gonna have you. You see you on the left?
On the left.
Yep.
Oh, you. Oh, I haven't used that.
There you go. Now you get to see all your stuff.
Different. I have not come in this way, so now I don't know where I'm going. Wait a minute. Oh, shut up. No,
Okay,
that's not
just for
what we wanted.
demonstration purposes, let's just copy this. Just go to share, and you can put in the right video later. But click on share, go down.
Okay.
Yep. Copy the link.
Copy it.
Go back over to the YouTube course. I mean to the Speaker Hub course creator. Click there. Click on add from URL, and paste it. And then in the external URL, no, put it to YouTube.
Ah.
And hit OK.
Okay.
Boom. Right. So now it's there. Hit save. Right now on the submit button there, you see that? Click there and click preview. Okay. So for some reason it didn't show up. All right, we got a bug. Glad we found it.
Yay, we found a bug. All right.
There you go. There we go. We found a bug.
But that's super helpful. That just changed my whole perspective. I can do this each piece, each module, each video. I'm gonna get after it this afternoon. Yep.
All right. Any other questions?
Woohoo! I bet that helps somebody else. Thank you.
Yep. Any questions? Any questions?
That was great help, Bonnie.
Woohoo!
Ron, will people, someone asked, can they sign up will they be able to log into the speakerhub.co with their current login, their Gmail, any Gmail that they have, or does it have to be the
it's
same
the same
one?
one that you're already using, and we'll connect them down the road. So Log in with the same Gmail. Don't be logging in with 18 different email addresses because we ain't gonna be able to know how to coordinate them if you use different ones. So use the same Gmail for all of it. Make sense? Cool. Because we gonna be like, well, you used a different email. You used Beatbot Master 444 on this one, but then you used Ron's story over here. Well, we didn't know you was the Beatbox Master 444. So we gotta use the same one. So we know who you are. Yeah, guys, again, all of our tools are just there as an assist. It's not there to replace you. So if you've already put together a course, go in and then just put your course in. You don't have to put it through the AI thing because that's just gonna, it's gonna confuse you and it's gonna cause a bunch of more work. Versus you already got this thing written out. Bonnie already got the thing all outlined in 18 Google Docs. Well, she don't need none of this AI. We use human intelligence. She already did it. Just go in and paste that in and put in your videos. Any other questions? No? All right. There's no other questions. Good to see you guys. This was a great day. Hopefully you all learned from my cake mix example, but also hopefully you learned a lot about how to broaden out your audience and being empathetic to what they're really thinking about, not our little perspective. It's like, oh no, this big audience of people we can help instead of trying to, only help 13 people. Got it? So, all right, I'll let you all go. I'll see you all tomorrow. Talk to you
One
later.
quick one before you go.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was following what you are demonstrating, but it looks like it's making me duplicate my application or my whole system, my profile.
I can't see what you're saying, so I would be guessing unless you want to share your screen.
I closed it out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what you was looking at, so I would be giving you advice in the dark. But if everybody else wants to head out and you want to stay on to show me, cool. But I don't want to guess and give you the wrong answer.
Let me see. Let me share this particular one where I am at.
Okay, so all we can see is a Word document.
Yeah,
currently. So
let me
you would have to share more of your desktop.
right. I go back. This one. You see this one?
Yep, I see that there. And click on your
Yeah.
name on the right.
Mm,
Over your name right there. Yep. And go to oh no. You're in the wrong thing. So I don't know how you even got over here. Yeah, you're in the wrong thing. So
that's what I thought.
yeah, you're definitely in the wrong thing. So this is where we were, but we moved it. So you're in the right place, but in the wrong place. Yeah, so here, let me just stop the recording. All right, see y'all later. I'm gonna stop the recording. All right.